Inspired by the studios of 19th century France, our curriculum is devoted to a disciplined study of the human figure. Students draw and paint from life using sight size, the technique Sargent learned in Paris. In addition, they receive a thorough grounding in constructive drawing, anatomy, and perspective. Our oil painting program is dedicated to craftsmanship and to the skillful use of materials and techniques. Students work in all genres: still life, landscape, portraiture, and figurative art.
I graduated from an accredited and established art school here in the United States, and after, I worked very briefly as an illustrator. I hit a point early in this career when I realized I was never really taught how to paint. I just came out of school, and I was fully aware that I was nowhere near the level of proficiency I wanted to be, let alone have the understanding it takes to create the kind of paintings I wanted to make. I just spent years and money in formal study, taken many classes taught by numerous instructors, and given many different approaches, only to graduate lacking certain crucial fundamentals. The fundamentals needed that would give my work consistency, a solid method I could continue to develop on my own and build a career from once I graduated. I knew what I needed then was not just another art school. What I needed was correct training. I would have to go somewhere where I could find this, and I ended up in Florence, Italy, where I studied and eventually taught for 7 years. The Golden Gate Atelier is a school that focuses on the process, the craft. We're all about correct training. Students develop a real skill here that can only be honed through time and repetition, not by taking numerous classes. Students are given very specific projects they must complete and a high standard that they must meet. Each project is challenging in itself and progressively more difficult than last, but all are designed to propel the students' understanding, their competency, and ultimately build their confidence. The Golden Gate Atelier focuses on the individual student and where they are at in their ability. The students here receive the personal attention they need to develop their skills and to hone their craft. Our training is rooted in developing a student's ability to understand and interpret the complexities typically found in nature, whether the subject is the figure, a portrait, or landscape. Within this process, a student learns the fundamentals of design and composition. What we offer our students here is a solid foundation rooted within a tradition that is over 300 years old. I would like to believe what we're doing here in the school is continuing a conversation with nature that began in the Renaissance. At our core, we are humanists. What we're doing here in the studio is trying to figure out and interpret the visual world around us. Nature is our ultimate teacher. Pursuing what we do, I think one has to be enamored with the study of form. A big part of drawing and painting for us is expressing that passion and awe for nature articulately, either on paper or canvas. To do this correctly and confidently, on the level of making a painting or drawing look alive and beautiful, demands an incredible amount of training, commitment, and patience. The Golden Gate Atelier's goal is to provide for our students a solid foundation and teach them a method that will give them the consistency needed to produce work at a high level of proficiency. A school like ours is not where a student ends. It is a springboard from where a student will step off to create the kind of art they are moved and compelled to do on their own, whether it's something representational or not. Students here study with incredible intensity because we come from a frame of thought that believes the more you know, the more free you become.
For more information, please visit goldengateatelier.com.